DJ AFK here. Happy Tuesday. Time was Dragonflight. Pick up where we left off yesterday. We did get a fair amount of rested XP, just a little bit over a single square here. So far, the gameplay itself has been pretty enjoyable. Waiting on the endless loop of the boat dumping you back in Durotar was not too fun yesterday, but hey, that's what happens with all the new releases. We are used to it because there's been a few. And if you count the 3 classic releases, there's been a few more. But hey, let me know how you're doing down in the chat. Where you're from, we'll give you a shout out. Over here we are in the Midwest side of USA. Good old USA. Looks like this is a quest mob, might as well kill it or something. Try to. What's up here? Those are green guys. If I can find Rathian, we'll get this party started. We have to meet him here at the Scale Cracker Keep. It looks like there is a named mob that is up. Killed one of those yesterday. It was really easy. Gave a lot of XP. That was nice. So we should go and do that here. There he is.
Champion! Good news from the outpost, I hope. Until next time.
Alright, so we get to kill a named mob
has consequences.
And track down some spies.
We will draw their eyes above for you. That should give you some cover. We will meet
and
you
all
in
of that
forward
is in the
position
direction
where you've done some
of
good
this
work.
random named mob. Let's do it. Let's clear all these little guys out first so we don't accidentally pull the whole zone and the named mob at the same time. Don't know quite how he's going to react. I would imagine he won't be too happy once I go over there and start beating on him. We are a tank class, so we do attack whoever has the most health when we have a group. With Druid Tank is my go-to for new scenarios. Oh, he's just gonna sit in the lava. That's not good. That'll, there we go. Get him out of there. At least onto level ground. Yeah, this guy's pretty easy. But he is back in the lava. Should just take a couple hits or one hit. Ooh, 12,000.
Looks like you could all use
We got
some
more than a
resources.
block just for killing him.
There's a saying for this. Survival of the fittest.
One of the reasons, well, a few of the reasons that I picked
Come
druid,
then.
and especially guardian
Let us
druid,
speak.
The
for
red
these new
Dragonflight
scenarios
wasn't ready
is
for the
mobility,
surprise attack.
stealth,
The Jaredin seemed to be hoping for
self-heals.
a tougher fight next
I
time.
can take, half the zone in one pull. All good attributes to have when starting out in a new place. Druids do use leather gear, if that helps kind of give you any context if you haven't played one. If we're in an area with flying, I can mount up with a flying mount instantaneously. I don't have to wait for a mount timer,
It's nice.
which saves a lot of time if you're farming.
Victory against their ancient foes.
Go ahead
They're
and
already talking
pull
about
all
another
these
raid.
things.
And another. And another. Seems this is just the beginning.
That was pretty easy. We could probably do a bigger pull. All right, where am I headed? This guy over here. That's where I'm headed. They are not proving any form of difficulty. So let's just have at it. With that out of the way, let's go grab this last spy that is right here behind the block. And what is this? We grabbed an item off of a drop that we turn in
On the
for
Jaredin
XP.
were ancient
And
foes of the dragons.
oh, what
for a
are the
good
new
reason. They're formidable
points called?
fighters.
Valdraken
The
Accord
dragons left
Reputation.
and the Jaredin seized the moment. And they don't seem like they want to give it back.
I do like how the quest progression takes you to the next location to turn in the quests. That is awesome. It sure beats running back to the old location to turn in the quests and then be given a breadcrumb quest to move forward to the next location. It makes a whole lot more sense just to end up at your destination. To me, anyway. I don't know if everybody agrees with that.
You stand before the Black Prince.
Choose your reward. An agility staff. Huh. An intellect staff. They had changed that up quite a bit to where the pole arms were primarily agility and the staff was intelligence. But it looks like we have an agility staff and the intellect staff. Go ahead and grab that agility staff.
The Jaredin scheme to claim the Obsidian Citadel, the Black Dragonflight's seat of power.
Help the injured
Enough of this.
guards find Sendrax.
Patience, Rathian.
I will have the luxury of
What did we
patience
just drop
when they
there?
are scoured from my home!
Wow, that lagged quite a bit. Alright, we're gonna run out of bag space. I gotta do something about this. There's a toy. And we got enchanting 3. A whole 3. Alright. We may need to pull out a vendor.
How are you?
Time is money, friend!
And of course a repair vendor. I probably should have cleaned my bags out before we started, but that does just take a moment. It does get a little difficult to find new things that drop if you don't kind of stack stuff halfway in an order. Will that be enchanting 4? Yes.
Keep it real!
Alright. What do we need to do? We need to heal 4 injured Draconids, and then meet Syndrax at the top. Okay then. Oh, I actually hit the ground. There's somebody to heal.
The Isles have awakened.
And somebody else.
The aspects have returned.
And a quest.
Aspects watch over you. I have lived to see
Kill
them
lava
return.
elementals. Okay. Sounds easy enough. Oh, these guys are running right past me. Stop it! Come to me. Make my job easier. There we go.
We serve once more.
Looks like just a one-off for some reputation and XP. We need one more person to heal. It's right up here, and then we can run to the kind of northwest corner there.
For the glory of the dragons!
Meet up with Syndrax.
We serve once more. Cadet Sendrax is showing some real promise with her eager attitude. She will be leading her own regiment if she continues this way.
Over here! And stay low.
Stay low.
We must save the eggs. I will protect them.
Our ambush was a success. The convoy yielded enough eggs to begin. Go now. Infuse them with the elements. Wash away the stain of order. Work quickly. Outsiders have come ashore. We cannot let them interfere.
These eggs are our future. Saving the eggs is all that matters.
Saving the eggs is all
my
that matters.
calling.
So that we can
Saving
make
the
breakfast.
eggs is all that if even
Getting
a
hungry.
single dragon egg is in danger, we
Another
cannot
quest
remain
here.
in the shadows.
Save 4 works of cultural significance. Ah, books. Alright, come on, lava things. Let's roll.
Not this. Not the whelps. You deserve better.
Oh, I could have interrupted that. Didn't even see his bar there. Alright, what are each of these things? We didn't get any books yet, so let's search for the books while we just randomly kill everything. Looks like there is a book in this direction. Let's nuke this guy, pull this guy right over to here. Pull all these things. And that guy for good measure.
Stay away from those fury. Small and be at peace. Stay away from those primal conduits.
So to stay away from those primal conduits. Oh, there's a little lava thing up here. Don't know quite what it does yet.
Stay away from those primal conduits.
Oh, I guess it just hurts me. That's a book. We need to save it. Maybe I need to go to the primal conduits. Save more books. Right. We're about halfway done with all the rest of the pieces.
Stay away from those primal conduits.
Yeah, I shouldn't get by those primal conduits while we're fighting. one of the big guys, so we can just interrupt that maneuver.
It is up to me to help.
Right, got 2 of these 3 down.
This
Looks like I just
is
need
my
the
calling.
books.
I will protect them.
Which, there's a book on the map. This direction. Next to a named mob. Nice! Might even level off of that guy. Is this him? I can't tell. Yes, that is him. You come to me. There you go. Pull him out of that corner there.
Not until the eggs are safe.
I pulled that other mob. No harm, no foul. Let's see what we dropped. And it was a bonus objective. Ouch! That detonate actually hurt. Looks like that is something I can consume and is soulbound. Alright, so we got a pendant that just happens to be better than the garbage that I had on. Let's see here. Nope, there's 2 pieces of gear sitting there. That one is not from Dragonflight, so I won't get an enchanting skill up from that, but that one I did. Alrighty then. Need 2 more books. Looks like one is inside the building. Right around here somewhere. There it is. Book. Laying on the floor. People have no respect. Now the dot on the map is still there for that book, but I think it's just misreporting from lag. And the other 2 here that they could be in here. I think I see a book over here. Yes. I saved all 4 books.
We must save the eggs. Saving
what else are
the
you gonna give
eggs
me?
is
A
all
last
that
hope.
matters.
Oh, and I get some boots that are an upgrade from my absolute garbage level 177 boots. Alright, so rescue the last
I will
infused
protect them.
dragon
Follow
egg.
me.
By
We'll
rescue,
charge the
you mean
ritual
bash
site
it with
together.
my bear claws, right? Because that's what I do. I mean, I hope that's what they meant, because probably going to be what's going to happen.
These eggs are our future. This is my life. Stay behind me. I will endure the conduit's flame while you grab the egg.
Yes, you endure the conduit's flame.
For the life binder! Now! Grab the egg! Get it to Alexstrasza! For the flood! For the future.
Alright. Now carry it to safety. Oh, I guess I put it down because I started swinging at things. Carry to safety. Can I mount up? No, I cannot. I am holding said egg and running with much haste. I don't think I'm quite mount speed. That is a lot faster than you normally walk. I spiked the egg onto the pedestal
the major domo at once.
to make sure it maintained safety.
What is the emergency, Askra? Has the enemy... By the life binder! Is that an egg?
That is an egg.
May the waters protect you.
I can help you thrive here,
Hey,
mortal.
boots! And what is this?
Your rival is not always your enemy.
We're working on quest lines in the Waking Shores.
I serve my
That
queen.
concluded another one. To ride with Celestra, the Ruby Life Shrine. Let's not do that
I will
yet.
await
Let's
you.
grab these 10 building materials and turn this in. Where are these building materials? They're inside these elementals. Got 3, so it looks like 1 per. What about this guy? He's an elite. Maybe he'll drop more than 1. Oh my. He hits a lot harder. Not getting me with fall damage, son. 'Cause I'm a druid. know I'm never gonna stop. Oh, but he did stun me. Not very nice. Ten of 10. That did speed up our farming quite a bit. What is this? Waking Earth. Which is... oh. Shields elemental damage. Speed reduced by 50%. Nope. We are on our way back. Turn in the quest. If I can even figure out how to get up there. We could fight with the train, or we can just go around.
I never gave up hope. Honor all dragons.
10,000. Almost 62.
We call the strong to protect the weak. Lifebind. Very well. Just this once.
Can you give me a ride, man?
Hold
I don't
on
like
tight,
walking.
if you can. The tenders alerted me as soon as a caravan of eggs went missing. But to hear what happened to them... Our flight has endured many blows over the years. We had just started to recover. And now this. The red Dragonflight was charged with nurturing life. We must stop the Primalists. We must stop the Proto-Dragons.
Oh, we passed up a flight path. See where that is on the map? That is this one. We should go back for that. If we land somewhere close like here.
Welcome to the Ruby Life Shrine, champion. I am glad my Major Domo has brought you to me safely. But what brings you here so urgently? Holf Aldon Shi.
Ooh,
what has
cutscene.
happened to this egg? The energies that surround it are... This is dire. If the egg can be saved, it will be here, within the sacred waters of the life pools. Once the young of dragonkind filled this vibrant place. And the ruby oathstone, the very symbol of our calling, cast its bright glow high into the air for all to see. Now it lies dormant, as do all the oathstones. I suspect they fell quiet when we relinquished our aspectral power. There are so many things we left behind. But now that we have come home, we can fulfill the callings of our flights and renew the 5 Oathstones. And through their unity, our absent power shall be restored. Embrace hope.
We get some renown and
strong
some rep.
Safeguard all life.
Dragon riding. Oh. And we get a renewed Proto-Drake.
Through their eyes,
It looks like I need to update a couple of
our
my add-ons,
calling.
because that tooltip just said that this gets released in 10.2, which is, or 10.02, which is what we are currently playing.
The Isles welcome you.
Life calling
Go
ceremony.
with the Aztecs. The waters flow again.
Looks like I gotta give each of these 4 dragons their stuff. Their callings. Right. Don't even have to wait for the 4th one to come to the table.
4 dragonkind.
Oh man, we are so close to 62. Looks like 113 XP. Oh my, that's a lot of side quests here.
The Isles have awakened.
Meet this guy.
May the waters protect you.
Meet that guy.
Aspect's grace shine down on you.
Meet that guy. Let's first take care of all of the stuff in this area so we don't get confused about what we are currently running on our path.
The Isles have awakened. Each egg requires careful supervision to reach their full potential.
We do have to catch that flight path. The green exclamation point was over generally in this direction.
Shine down on the blue Dragonflight has endured terrible losses as of late. We must help them
Well,
recover.
actually, it's kind of far away. We'll still need it, though. Let's not do the dragon riding one just yet. Let's grab this Mother Alien.
Have you brought good tidings? I hope.
The waters flow again. The water that feeds into the ruby life shrine flows from the wellspring beneath Tearhold.
What do you mean the
Nice.
Dragons do not want to fly?
62.
This should be second nature to them. Oh, do not mind
Head
the little
egg
ones.
tender. Didn't know that was a thing.
Be careful out there.
What is going on in that pit of death? That is the don't pay attention and run off the edge pit. Oh, I can free fly. There we go. They're pretty lenient with the aiming on this. If you get, like, if I don't stare directly at that guy, it'll still work. Or this one, if I'm offset. That was a little too much. But if you're just a little bit offset, that still hits him. Wonder how bad this quest could be exploited. I am flying a little slow, but I wonder if I can exit this area while being a ruby whelpling. Even though I can't fly up, the spacebar doesn't work, but I can manually just move up by looking that direction. Ah. But yeah, it is gonna eventually kick me out. Maybe? Let's see. Yep. So you can't get too far away. They thought of that. How dare they? Tailoring trainer. I think I have purchased that.
What do you seek?
I have.
Until we meet again.
I serve my queen. The queen's blessings upon you.
I can't equip swords as a druid. We're going to go ahead and DE this one also. Alright, let's go talk about dragon riding. See what this is all about. There's my flight point.
It has been so long.
Ah, caught a good wind stream lately. Fair skies and strong winds.
All right. Sit for a while and look at the landscape. Okay.
Welcome. I'm glad you are ready to explore our wondrous isles. Our drakes are excited to enter the skies of Dragon Isles once more, and for you to provide an extra set of eyes to help them. This is dragon riding. First, you will learn how to glide with a drake and move efficiently about the peaks. Come, let us get started with some quick lessons.
Am I sitting in the wrong spot? Maybe I'm not close enough to the edge. Like to live dangerously. I am almost completely off of that edge. My cape is holding me up. Alright, maybe I'm just not sitting long enough. We will use that for a break.
Keep your feet off the ground.
Take wing across the skies.
See you up. Call upon your Drake companion, then drop off the edge while moving forward. You will glide to your destination.
This is a dragon riding mount. Alright. We need to find him in the list here. And let's get rid of the corrupted Firehawk and replace that with the nude Proto-Drake. So hop onto your Proto-Drake, glide through the rings, land in the target area. There's 5 rings. Let's see what these things do. Oh, there's like charge things that are in front of my action bar. So 2 is flap upwards, and 1 is surge forwards. Sure, I could see that can take a little while to get the hang of.
The sky calls.
Dive, then glide through the rings and land in the target area.
As you aim for the ground, you'll pick up speed. Use this to fly faster, then level out to reach your destination.
All right.
Caught a good wind stream lately? You are doing marvelously. Finally, a dive can give you enough speed to rise up and over to a higher spot. Use your momentum to reach your destination.
They keep taking me to the same place.
How fare the winds today?
Alright, travel to the Skytop Observatory.
Keep your feet off the ground.
You have a bright future.
Ooh, I get to start a race.
Calls. See you up there.
Speak with this guy to start the race.
Come to the Skytop Observatory. I will introduce you to others who can provide you with information about the other wondrous things you may do.
Alright, so it's all the way over here. Oh, that got faster. As long as I can see where the next rings are. That got us 1,300 yards real quick.
How fare the winds today? Keep your feet off the ground.
Unlocks the ability to read Drake Watcher manuscripts, which unlock Dragon Isle's Drake customization options at the Rostoms of Transformation.
See you when Sarah oversees the rostrum of transformation.
Looks like you could all use some
How your dragon can adapt to
resources.
new, unique forms.
There's a saying for this. It Survival of the fittest.
Oh, I can double jump to fly. There we go. I got an achievement for doing something.
You would also with me.
Use the rostrum of transformation. Alright. Tell me about it. Where you may select different appearance for your Drake. Every one of your outposts will have a rostrum if you wish to return and choose a new look. So a transmog for your mount, I guess. Ah!
I know it.
I don't have any full transformations, but it looks like I can choose Thorns or Charger. Okay. Sure.
Caught a good wind stream lately.
Select the dragon glyph that I already collected.
Expert. But there is another here who can also teach you about your Drake. Seek out Little Rosie and see what she has to say.
I guess I have it. I just have to turn it in.
My wares were made with knowledge.
Let's see. View the dragon riding skill track. And learn the take to the skies. Sure. Now I need to fly somewhere else. And speak with this guy. This guy. Oh my, that's a lot of race courses. At least initially, that gets you up in the air high enough to get any close distance without really doing anything.
Keep your feet up. Keep watch for our outposts. They are all over the Dragon Isles. As you explore, we will be there to aid you in your dragon riding journey.
Ride
for now, farewell and discover all.
This ferry
Welcome
to the Skytop launch tower. I guess they're gonna send me in one of these races. This could get interesting. I'm sorry, officer. I was drinking, but the dragon was not. Oh, I guess this is just a good jump off point. Alright, let's get some speed and then fly over there.
Greetings. The
Discover the commotion at the Ruby Life Shrine.
Is the land
We don't like
shifting?
commotions.
I sense this may be much worse.
Commotion flown into and then disconnected. Alrighty then. I guess I was supposed to land first and then walk into that area. Tip: your items do not suffer durability damage when you are defeated by an enemy player. Pro tip: you do suffer durability damage if I knock you off the edge and you die on the ground.
Majordomo, protect the eggs below while I distract Razagath. She will not harm our young.
Ah, you can add regular abilities to your dragon riding bar to dismount faster for combat. So I guess when I land, I am still on my mount, and then hitting the buttons that I'm used to won't do anything because there's nothing on there,
What
so
is
I
your
should
need?
add things to it. Find
Life
a
bind will be
commander
with you.
at yet somewhere else. Somewhere not too far away.
They dare strike at our home, our queen! Report back.
That ring is an upgrade. Alright, so destroy 4 enraged cliffs.
For the...
Commander, what news from the front?
We have made some progress, Majordomo, but there's a lot of killing to be done yet.
Yeah, that is difficult to dismount from with my current action bars. Alright, let's do what we normally do. Pull everything. All of it. Except for maybe those guys. That guy was kicking my ass last time. Oh, those freezing claws reduce my movement speed. Cast another one on me. Ah, I was going to check if once we are done with combat, if changing forms will get me out of that movement debuff. Wow, even as a tank I can't pull attention from some of these things. So we got a nice freezing claw counter. Yep, pulling it out of regular form does remove that debuff. Good to know. I don't have to worry about it at all. You can just change forms. Alright. Pulling everything. I haven't figured out who's actually hurting me. one of these mobs is doing something which is causing my HP to go down. Albeit in a very slow fashion, but nonetheless in a downward trajectory. We don't want that. We want our HP to remain above 0. Yes, definitely above 0. Freezing Claws doesn't seem to have any damage over time. I'm sure it has damage when it's applied, or possibly, but no damage over time, so that's not what's hurting me. %75% through that, but I still don't see any enraged cliffs. Oh, it's the big guys. Okay, let's just go ahead and go straight for those. He disappeared instead of giving me drops. I want my drops, son. Give me my loot. Alright, so if any of these things we pulled happens to come over here, we will just pretty well ignore those. Go for the big guy. He suddenly disappeared. I don't think his health was quite that low. Recipe. Transmute. I don't think... Can I do that? No. That is alchemy. Go ahead and just drop that in a different bag. What are these? Manuscripts that I can use and are soul-bound. Therefore I cannot sell them. There's a cliff. He looks enraged. I do like the mobility of Druid. You can't get away from me, I can get away from you. Knock me in the air and come down soft. There's 15,000 for the bonus objective. Need one more cliff. There's 2 of them right over there. So let's head that way. Looks like he turns into shards after I murderlize him.
Anything to report?
Right. It looks like it's gonna make me fight these guys. We did just get a ring. That is an upgrade. Uh-oh. We stopped performing actions. We might get disconnected. And disconnected with something attacking you is always a good thing. Huh. Is it going to disconnect me? Or just leave me in limbo? Let's do a reload. That'll kind of force it to either work or kick me. There we go. But it didn't. It didn't fix it. Oh my!
I
Can't interact with anything. Nope. All right. While that is not doing its thing, I need to adjust the heat, and then I will need a drink momentarily. So while we wait for that to kick me offline. There we go. You have been disconnected. That's going to make a bunch of soot for a moment. So let me take care of that real fast before we attempt reconnection. Oh, it's not listing my location. That's always a good sign. It may not let me back in for a minute. Till it realizes that I've kind of been kicked. Beverage, almost empty. Brought to you by today's sponsor, Ice Cubes. Not the wrapper, the cold ones. Well, hopefully it lets us back in. May the developers ever be in your favor. That does not look like it's going to log back in. Yesterday we had quite a bit of that. While those shenanigans are going on, let's see here. Can I pull up that loop? Well, we'll have to play it at some type of a fast speed, or else we'll be sitting at a screen like this. I've still got audio, strangely enough. Can I change playback speed? Speed. Faster, faster. Yeah, maybe. Okay. We'll try this. Let's see if I can...
We shall depart for the Dragon Island shore.
Pause that so the audio isn't interfering. Let's see which screen we can actually pull over. All right. That took a while, and it worked. Usually, when something like that happens, it just completely times out. Now, I do not get the loot for those guys, but that is okay. They were just some little things. Alright, so rescue 4 eggs. And there is another quest somewhere in this general vicinity. There it is.
Aspect's grace shine down on you.
Dungeon quest.
Stand firm in your duty.
Ruby life pools. I see. It may have phased us ever so slightly, and when it did, it kicked us out. Alright. What is this? Ruby harpoon. That is in the same direction. Instead of mounting and running, let's try our dragon riding. That may have been what they intended. Maybe? Bonus objective. He is under attack by a bunch of Alliance. Let's not get involved with that. Let's instead grab this next egg. Oh, got caught by an unruly whelp. Those whelps. It is somewhere right around here. Man, there's another one of our objectives. Ooh, that hurt. I need to dismount. That's what they were talking about with making some buttons to quickly dismount. Paladin doesn't seem to want any. There's our Azure Egg. There's another Proto Drake. And harpoon him. The Proto Dragons. Too far. Oh, and you threw me down here where I'm gonna get aggroed.
Do they know the truths you kept from them? How you locked us away, denied our existence?
Put some defense up here. Knock at least one of these guys down. So let's let them get us maybe halfway to our health, and then start busting a couple cooldowns. That's what we don't want to happen, is to get stun locked. So let's go ahead and start killing this guy. Oh, disoriented. No! Not with our cooldowns. Oh, he killed, or he didn't kill me. He killed my berserk. All right, let's get rid of this Drake. He's been really annoying. Or Proto Dragon. I apologize. Yeah, we need a defensive cooldown. There we go. I can't get rid of the disorient while I'm stunned. Strangely enough, I can use bark skin while stunned, but not while disoriented. Okay. I don't usually get disoriented. Well, my tune doesn't anyway. Yeah, they're using those right in tandem too. The stun right before disoriented. And another defensive cooldown for good measure. And a stun on the enemy. There we go. Now I've just got the one to look out for. Go ahead and loot this guy. That is both of our quests, and this guy is our bonus objective. He's about done. That Earthen Brutality does something to me. Alright, note to self. Don't attack the proto-dragons while attacking a named mob. They get annoying. Alright. Let's see if we can fly up, and away from this garbage. This is really hard to navigate. There we go. On the correct side of the wall.
What is your need? The Queen's blessings upon you.
Ooh, some new shoulders. Alright. Defeat Jagzagath in the Frostflash Enclave.
Your rival is not...
Try not to aggro the entire zone. Looks like we got two paladins over here. Alright, it looks like if we harpoon him, he gets weakened. Oh yeah, very much so. Wow. Did I maybe miss that on the last Proto-Dragon? Yeah, because that named mob went down way faster than that regular mob.
Razagath, enough! We need not fight another war. There is still time to see reason.
Time is precisely what you stole from me. Thousands of years, rotting in that prison.
I gained them to restore peace between us. Too many paid for that.
Spare me your sanctimony. You forced the Titan's edict upon us all. You betrayed the world that gave us life. And when we dared resist, you cast us out! Never again!
Ooh. Mid-air tackle. Takedown. And lightning bite. They got quite the airborne jiu-jitsu going on. Oh, he's stunned and lands in the water. That is heating up too fast. I need to turn that heat down.
You are bold, well played. But you are fighting on the wrong side. She never told me the suffering they inflicted upon us. The insult of being forgotten. I want her to watch helplessly as everything she built comes crumbling down. Only then will she meet a fitting end.
Oh yeah, I got the Feldrake mount from watching the chat in my own stream. I guess technically I am watching somebody's stream with drops enabled.
Strong to protect the weak.
Alright, escape the Frost Flash Enclave. First, I'm gonna put on these shoulders, because they are an upgrade from some green bullshit that I'm wearing.
Our queen awaits.
Oh, it's actually DEVs. I can probably fly out of here. Yeah. I do like the whole picking up speed while diving down aspect. That is
I will call for aid.
Fun. I do need to make a quick dismount. Oh, I do have a quick dismount button. I can just mount into my normal travel form.
None remain in the clutches of
it is a two-button scenario, but hey, shit happens.
I am happy to see that I arrived just in time.
It's the human form of Rathian.
It seems our fates are
Still got my legendary cape. I don't think it's on my person. It is not. But he did give me that legendary cape. Alright, so speak with this dragon person.
Thrive here, mortal.
Catch a cutscene.
You have my gratitude. Your aid was unexpected, but appreciated.
It was an honor to stand with you, my queen. I trust your flight will now assist us in claiming the Obsidian Citadel from the Jarradin.
Of course we will, after we see to the safety of the eggs.
Surely they are secure now that Razagath has been driven away.
Oh, you do not know her as I do, young one.
Yes, young one.
She is an unpredictable foe. For now, we must remain at the life pools and safeguard our future.
Our future? Or yours? The Obsidian Citadel was built to defend all of the Dragon Isles. You cannot abandon the legacy of my flight to the hands of our enemies.
I would have expected you to care more for the protection of helpless eggs, Rathian.
Stay then. Tend to what matters most to your flight, and I will save what matters most to mine.
He looks a little different. He used to look cooler. Always been a cocky bastard, though. I mean, with good reason, but, you know.
What is your need? The Queen's blessings upon you.
Oh, looks like we're 3 of 5 out of this zone. And we get some more customizations. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this garbage in our inventory, get a repair, all that good stuff. 9 gold for repairs. What a waste. I could have used that 9 gold on, like, a cloth. 1.
Glad I could help!
Where there is life, there is hope. Please,
we're going to the
find
Obsidian
Rathian.
Bulwark.
He will need your aid if we are to renew the Obsidian Oathstone.
To the Bulwark. It didn't quite work that time. There we go.
I have gathered the Black Talon, and we are preparing to take back the Obsidian Citadel.
There's our flight point.
Your presence on this mission is most
unlocking
welcome.
all this stuff.
The Drakthir are formidable soldiers.
Almost 63.
The Obsidian Citadel may hold secrets of my people's past. I would not miss a chance to request.
Right, so speak with the Scale Commander.
We will find our fate.
Right as some alliance scum lands next to us. If not for those guards,
No, wait!
I'd
You
stand
have
there
led
and
me
stare at
through
them.
all these moments in time. Yet now you ask me to guide you?
There is a blind spot in my vision of a time before Neltharian's corruption, and I believe it centers upon you. I must know why. Seek him out in your memory.
My general, fierce battle. It was my honor to command a battalion. We executed Neltharian's will precisely. Our devotion and discipline were unmatched.
A Titan artifact. That must be the source of your unity. This was an ancient magic that bound you to his will. Would you not sacrifice yourselves at his whim?
We were soldiers. There were many threats to the world. And here was the greatest. The Primalists.
That is Razageth, the Storm Eater. One of the leaders of the Primalist Rebellion.
He struck without warning, without honor, and I lost many friends this day. We fell back, regrouped. Then, everything became jumbled, confused.
The artifact destroyed, and the order magic which had united the Drakthir was dispelled. How then was Razageth defeated?
What, did you make a bigger monster?
Brother, this is what you hid from us. The moment you fell from grace. In his desperation, he turned to the deepest evil. The power of the old gods. If only we had known.
But then, why were we imprisoned? Why did we sleep for so long?
If he could no longer control the Drakthir, he would have deemed you a risk.
No, we laid down our lives for him. He was proud of us. Why would he stop this sand? I cannot see!
Because you do not want to. Yet you can only become more than you are if you confront your past.
Wise words from the ancients.
So he locked us away. Forgot we even existed. It would have been kinder to simply destroy us.
I am sorry, my young friend. We had to know the truth. But do not despair. I now believe that Neltharion locked you away because of what you might become.
What we
It was
might
for your own
achieve,
good.
free of his control.
And now, you are free. This world has much to offer, and you will have a part to play in the events to come.
You spoke of an ancient enemy's return. It is Razageth and the Primalists. That is why we were awakened.
It seems that Neltharion yet had a purpose for you, but he is gone. You must decide which path you will take, which story you will tell.
My story will be my own.
Ooh.
I am ready to serve.
Backstory.
Stay true. Fair skies and strong winds.
Ooh, the best plans and intentions.
Serve with honor.
Review the plans with various members of
will
Rathian's
find our
forces.
We meet again, champion.
It looks like I gotta go talk to 4 people.
Every action has consequences.
And then test the skills of the Black Talon assassins and avengers.
Never let your guard down.
This sounds like a bunch of duels
Years of searching
and talking to people.
And there it stands.
Yeah, so far this has been pretty good. I'm
Once you've finished your assessment,
mostly
we'll begin
impressed
the assault.
with the story so far in this zone. doesn't seem to be chaotic at all. It's a very linear progression. The side quests don't seem to be required, and they do differentiate between the icons, these shield icons on the campaign quests versus the round icons that would go below them. So that does make it kind of easy to figure out what you need to do versus what is not required. And then we are getting achievement progress, which is telling us that we are on the right path to actually complete the zone. Now, if we complete the zone, what happens? Alright, so Waking Hope. Let's see. Get all of these. Complete the renowned campaigns listed below. Okay, so we will get Lore Master. There's no titles or any rewards from any of these particular achievements. This one there is. Catch 40 fish. Really? I get a toy for catching 40 fish, but I don't get shit for the Lore Master. Okay. Well, hopefully they will add something to that, because, yeah, Lore Master is usually kind of in depth, especially if you're already max level. We are almost 63 with a horrific item level. What should we be at if we go to the random dungeon finder? Actually, we'll have to hit specific dungeons, and it looks like we can get into 2 of them, but it won't give me item level requirements there. Ooh, get 56,000 XP for one. That's a quarter of a level. Although, would probably be better XP at the moment to just keep progressing. I would likely end up with a third to a half of a level, including all the mobs that you kill during the dungeon and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, something like that. These quests seem to progress pretty well. But on that note, I think we will go ahead and end tonight's stream. We might pick up tomorrow. We'll see. Work has been extraordinarily busy. We may actually have to do a work stream one of these nights. If I can find an environment that doesn't list personal information about the company, and we can just work towards objectives or work quests, then we'll go ahead and do that. Until then, DJ AFK out. Stay safe.